right, so I just fired up my new garden herbs candle from Tuscany Candle, the farmhouse collection. It's pretty subtle. I can't smell it. It's been burning for about an hour and I don't really smell much of a scent. That was the case with the last farmhouse collection candle that I got. It was very subtle. So this morning I put a packet of the Four Sigmatic Cordyceps mushroom elixir in my coffee. And you guys know I only drink these things for the taste. I love the way they make my coffee taste. They just enrich it and make it just more flavorful. I don't ever want to make it seem like these have, you know, health benefits that are substantiated. I think that can be on the misleading side, but I personally love the way they taste. And the Cordyceps one in particular, I have noticed that it just helps me to need less caffeine. It's almost like a caffeine appetite suppressant whenever I drink it. I just find I'm more satisfied with 1 cup of coffee when I put this in than when I just drink, you know, black coffee. It's really a nice experience. So I do get questions from you guys from time to time, like, what is this? Why do I drink it? Some people are like, what are the health benefits? You know, these kind of medicinal mushrooms, they have been used in traditional medicine, and people eat them. I mean, for years, people have eaten these things in Asia and countries throughout the world. So, you know, it's just kind of an interesting way to introduce them into your diet. Kind of like, I don't know, I view them as spices for my coffee. Sort of like, you know, fenugreek. There are supposed potential health benefits from consuming fenugreek. That hasn't necessarily been substantiated, but it makes food taste good, and so, you know, we don't really think much about adding it to Indian food, and it makes it taste good. So that's kind of my approach with these. I just add them to my coffee because I like the way they taste, and sometimes I just have them in boiling water and they make like a tea. I just really enjoy drinking them. Hey guys, happy Saturday. This morning I did a new to me Paula'S video. She has some of these 3-minute song challenges that I haven't done. And one of them is a side, like, butt hip toning exercise routine that's about 3 minutes. And I did it with my exercise bands. OMG, it's a killer. I'll link it down below for you guys if you're interested in doing it, but it was really intense. I can feel it. I can feel the burn. Anyways, I have some skincare products I wanted to chit chat with you guys about here this morning, since you guys seem to enjoy this kind of Saturday morning coffee chat and skincare product review-ish and life updates. Okay, Paula'S Choice sent me some of their boosters. I've talked about a Paula'S Choice azelaic acid booster before in my acne spot treatment video and a few other videos. I really like it. It's not too expensive, but yeah, azelaic acid is a great ingredient. I have a whole video talking about azelaic acid. It's really easy to tolerate. It can be a little irritating, but it's anti-inflammatory. It is anti-acne, so it's helpful for obvious acne. It's what's in the prescription drug Finacea. It's well tolerated in rosacea and can be helpful for rosacea, and it's also got some helpful properties for targeting hyperpigmentation. So it has multiple benefits to the skin, and her booster is pretty nice. My issue with the booster marketing a lot of products have is when they try and tell the consumer to mix the booster with other products. I think that's bad. The reason for that is that these boosters will have an active ingredient that you're trying to deliver to the skin. And if you go mixing it with your other products, like mixing them up in your hand and then putting them on, that really can set you up for a lot of failure. It doesn't guarantee, or, there's not much confidence in the ability, the distribution of that active ingredient into your moisturizer, such that you're going to get even application, even penetration. You're not going to get precipitation and clumping of the active ingredient. It may kind of concentrate in one area where you've put it, and as a result you'll get patchy application. You may get too much in one area and irritation. So it's just not a good approach. I hate that marketing. I think I don't know where skincare manufacturers, like when and why they decided that was a good thing. From a pharmacologic standpoint, it just is a bad idea. You're much better off layering products. And so with the active ingredients in a lot of these boosters and or serums, they're kind of, similar things. Another misleading kind of myth or thing that I hear put out there a lot is that you want to go from thinnest to thickest. That's not always the truth. It kind of depends on the active ingredient that you are using, which order you want to put them on. So for example, salicylic acid and benzoyl peroxide and retin A, those ingredients, you never want to put them onto like a wet face. You want to put them onto a face that is clean, but has been moisturized and is smooth and dry. So you don't ever want to put them on freshly washed, dry, irritated skin. So I talk about that approach in a lot of my videos where I show you guys that you should put your moisturizer on immediately to a damp face after cleansing, allow the moisturizer to dry, and then put on an active ingredient like Different in my Different Tips video, tretinoin in my skincare routines, benzoyl peroxide to spot areas if you're using a benzoyl peroxide spot treatment. And the reason for that is, you never want to put those ingredients on wet skin. It increases the irritancy of those ingredients. They're irritating by themselves. That's a side effect of those ingredients. They're irritating by themselves. And then the other reason that you don't want to do that is then you think about your sequence of events coming next. People will say put the thinnest one on first. So if you put an irritating ingredient on first, in order to then come on with your next ingredient, which is your next product, which is presumably going to be a heavier, all around moisturizer, that's just not going to work. And the reason is that moisturizers only work when you apply them to damp skin. That's how they work best, because they seal the hydration into your skin and close off transepidermal water loss. So if you put an irritating product on wet or dry, non-moisturized skin first, you're really setting yourself up for irritation. Then if you come on and sandwich on top of that your moisturizer, it's not going to work. It's not going to seal in hydration or transepidermal water loss properly if you're putting it on dry skin. And B, it can mishmash around some of that active ingredient, and it's just not going to work as a moisturizer. So it's not really that straightforward. So certain active ingredients should go on, even though they're in a thin vehicle, they should go on last to skin that is cleansed and moisturized and hydrated and dry, if that makes sense. Other ingredients you can put on first. You can put on thin wet skin, on wet skin that you haven't put your moisturizer on. Humectants, you can do that. That way you capitalize on their ability to hold on to water onto the skin. But it's really just not that straightforward. So that's a misleading concept. And I know you guys always ask me if I can do videos on layering, but you can see how it's pretty tricky. Anyways, getting into the Paula'S Choice boosters. Take home point, don't mix them into your moisturizer. And not all of these are going to go in that thinnest to thickest approach. The azelaic acid booster, for example, I would not put that onto a wet face at all. I wouldn't put that on first and then put moisturizer over it, because moisturizer is not going to work on dry skin. After you put it on, allow it to dry, moisturizer is not going to do anything as a moisturizer on top of it. So I wouldn't do that. And I definitely would not put azelaic acid onto wet skin. While it is pretty easy to tolerate, it can be irritating. Putting it onto wet skin is bad, it's not good. And ideally you want to put it onto onto a face that has been cleansed and is dry and moisturized. So I would put it on last, but her niacinamide booster, you totally could put on first to a wet face. So wash your face while it's still wet, drop some of this on, and then sandwich on top your moisturizer. Niacinamide, you know, can get into the skin nicely. It's not irritating. And then sealing over it with your moisturizer. A lot of moisturizers already have niacinamide in them. It's something that's put into moisturizers. It is an ingredient that's going to help your skin barrier and restoration and will be far less irritating than other active ingredients that are in serum vehicles. So it's an ingredient that is helpful for restoring the skin barrier. It can calm down redness, is anti-inflammatory. So her niacinamide booster, you totally can put onto damp skin after you've cleansed your face, and then come on over with a heavier moisturizer. The niacinamide booster is also nice because it's got licorice root extract in it, which is also anti-inflammatory and helpful for redness, and has some inhibitory properties on how melanocytes transfer pigment around, and so can impart a brightening effect. So you've got that in here. And it also has beta glucans in it, which are humectants. So that's a clue that this is going to be good on wet skin too. And then it also has panthenol, which is a skin conditioning agent, and it has sodium hyaluronate or hyaluronic acid, which is a humectant. I have not used it myself. I know it's popular, but I have not used it myself. So they sent it to me, but those are kind of the ingredients. It comes in a dropper-like bottle like this. I have tried the azelaic acid booster, and that comes in a tube, and I really like it, and I think it works. You know, it does the job of an over-the-counter azelaic acid. But yeah, that's a little bit about the niacinamide booster. Honestly, though, guys, one that I personally happen to think is equally good and has, you know, similar ingredients is the Physicians Formula. I keep it in the box because I want to remember the ingredients. It's not on the bottle. The Physicians Formula Skin Booster Vitamin Shots. This has, you can get this at, you know, Walgreens, Walmart. It has niacinamide, glycerin, which is a humectant. It has panthenol. It has allantoin, which is anti-inflammatory. This is pretty nice. This does not have licorice root extract, but the other one that Physicians Formula make, the Skin Booster Vitamin Shot, this Time Restoring one, does. I keep these in the box so I can remember the ingredients because they're on the bottom here. This one does. So these are they're pretty inexpensive. So I think honestly they achieve a very similar effect as the Paula'S Choice ones. Okay, I just held this up. This is Paula'S Choice is, this is the C5 Super Booster. Okay, this is where it gets tricky with layering. I would definitely not mix this in, as I said, to your moisturizer. This is a vitamin C serum booster, whatever kind of cosmetic naming you want to give it, but it's a vitamin C product. And you all know my issue with vitamin C serums and why I don't use them. They suffer the limitation that it's difficult to get vitamin C into the skin. It is water soluble. Yes, they have newer formulations that are lipid soluble and theoretically can get in better, but most of the data that we have suggesting that topical vitamin C is helpful for things like hyperpigmentation and repairing some of the damage of sun comes from using L-ascorbic acid, which is water soluble, difficult to get in. They stabilize, and also L-ascorbic acid, vitamin C, is not super stable. It oxidizes readily. Manufacturers will stabilize it by adding ferulic acid and vitamin E. Those are antioxidants that help in protecting the vitamin C. So there's that. There's efforts to stabilize it. It does degrade, and it can and often is very irritating. And putting it on is kind of a challenge as well. So here's her vitamin C serum booster. It's 15% vitamin C with ferulic acid and vitamin E, so it has those ingredients in it. I have no reason to believe this is any different from any other vitamin C serum with those three ingredients. Most vitamin C serums have some version of that. All right, but here's the challenge in applying vitamin C. You want to put it on first to your face, and you want to put it on to skin that is dry, and because vitamin C, L-ascorbic acid, is water soluble, you obviously want to want to increase your chances that it gets into your skin. And one way actually to do that is to wash your face with a salicylic acid face wash first. That exfoliates some of the dead skin cells on the surface of the skin, and the salicylic acid also it makes the pH of the skin such that it allows for better uptake of the vitamin C serum, theoretically. So that is one way actually to attempt to increase the penetration of your vitamin C into the skin, is to pre-wash your face with salicylic acid. Don't use a salicylic acid leave-on product and then put your vitamin C on, because that can be even incredibly irritating. But washing the face with a salicylic acid face wash, rinse that salicylic acid off, allow the skin to dry, and then apply the vitamin C product on. That will set you up for increased penetration. But all of those steps to get you to that will also make your skin more likely to be easily irritated. Yeah, that's a challenge with vitamin C. You've got to put it on to the skin in such a way that it's almost, in order to really maximize its uptake and outcome, you kind of have to irritate your skin, which is a challenge and not good, and can lead to acne-like rashes and irritation and breakout, which is another reason why I have issue with all these vitamin C products that manufacturers pump out without, putting much thought into how the consumer is actually going to use them, because there's very little and poor guidance on use of these products. And people will want to combine them and mix them with various other things, because the manufacturers sell 20 other things that they are convincing the consumer they have to have, and so you're just making irritation station on your face too much. So yeah, I mean, it doesn't surprise me there's a vitamin C serum here from Paula's Choice. I mean, if you have a skincare company, you have to have an eye cream, you have to have a vitamin C serum. It's like, otherwise, and it's not their fault, it's consumer demand. And the skincare companies don't start out, people don't go into the skincare business to be altruistic. They go into it because it's a business and they want to, support their families, earn an income, all those things, which are not bad motives. But when it comes to guidance on skincare for the consumer, I think they can mislead you in an effort to sell more products to make a higher profit. Do you guys like my earrings? I got them at Walmart a few months ago. And my shirt I got at Walmart like 2 years ago. It's that Time Tru brand. So I'm matchy with the green. Anyways, one more thing I wanted to chit chat with you guys about is Aveeno's new cracked skin relief Cica ointment. Cica comes from the French word for healing. And so they have this new line of products, kind of aimed at promoting healing. And so anyways, they have a new, this new cracked skin relief Cica ointment I wanted to talk to you guys about, because I really like it. I've been using it. It achieves a similar effect as the CeraVe healing ointment. It's a skin protectant that is petrolatum. First of all, it has a nifty little applicator that's kind of like, do you guys remember those, do they still make that kind of glue? Is it rubber cement? No, rubber cement came in like a pot with a paintbrush, but you know what I mean? It was like a brown bottle of Elmer's glue, a specific type of glue that had this rubbery tip applicator. That's kind of what this reminds me of. But anyways, so it has a jazzy, packaging or whatever, but it's petrolatum, so fantastic for the lips. So it's great for the lips as just a moisturizer, as a, for cracked, dry lips, really nice for that. Great for around your nails, great for your dry, cracked like heels on your feet. Where else do you have heels? Rough spots on your knees, your ankles, wonderful for that, just because of the petrolatum. I mean, similar to Vaseline, similar to, CeraVe healing ointment. This, however, is a little unique. It's in the thread of things Aveeno does. It has shea butter in it, which many of their products do. Shea butter is a phenomenal moisturizing ingredient. I have a whole video on it, so I'm not going to go into too much on that, but this has that in it. Some of you find that when you use shea butter based products, they irritate your skin and lead to acne-like rashes. So unlike CeraVe, this has shea butter, so if you're bothered by shea, stick to CeraVe. This one also has their oat extract, you know, has oats in it, so that's a Vino's jam, is oats. I love oats in skincare. I have a video on that. So that's kind of the difference. CeraVe, on the other hand, has ceramides in it, which are ingredients that CeraVe, you know, all their products are based off of, and they're ingredients that can help in guiding your skin to begin skin barrier restoration and repairing dry skin. But you know, how do these compare? Those ingredient differences aside, they achieve the same outcome of sealing in transepidermal water loss and repairing dryness and lessening irritation. So I wanted to share that with you guys because I think it's cool and I've been using it and rather enjoy it. But speaking of their Cica stuff, I also got some of their new Cica hand and foot masks. I love these. I think I shared the foot mask maybe, or the hand mask, I can't remember which one, in one of my Walmart videos. But these are really good. They're fragrance free, they have shea butter, and they have oats in them. And they're just like little nice moisturizing spa and spa hand and foot masks that are fun to do, low irritation. You just put on the little gloves or the little sockies and incubate there, and then you have nice soft hands. It's really not that much different though than putting a moisturizer on your hands and feet and covering it with gloves, but it is kind of nice and convenient, and I rather enjoy these. So yeah, got some of those. So my tomato plant is still doing well, and my eggplant is recovering from the rain that we had that broke off some of the leaves. So my plants are about the same as they were on Thursday when I updated you on them, but I have a new addition that came in the mail as a PR like gift that I'm really elated about, and I'll show you guys. It's these little algae fungi ball things. Aren't they cool? With these little rocks. So this came in the mail. It actually came with a special little jar, but unfortunately the jar was cracked. So I just used a ball jar that I have, and I also used it came with this cork lid for the original jar, but the cork lid actually nicely fits into the ball jar. Anyways, this is Ergopelia linnae, Marimo, Massimo, or lake ball. It means seaweed ball in Japanese. It's a species of filamentous green algae that grows about 5 millimeters per year. Marimo can easily live 100 years. So yay, something I won't kill. It comes from Iceland, Scotland, Australia, and Japan. It requires low to medium indirect light and cannot handle sun for more than a couple of hours. They live in water, and you just change out the water every 2 weeks. And they're these little bally things. Anyways, this is this company that I had never heard of. It's called Hey Horty. And I went on their website, and apparently it's kind of like a little plant subscription service. But I was really excited to get these. It looks like something that I can keep up with and not harm. It also says it's safe for fish in aquariums. This plant can handle less care. Low maintenance. It's cool though, huh? He's excited to see me. Oh, you gonna show me all your toys? I'm surprised Bunny is still intact. You got that for Easter?
Yes, he loves that bunny. He loves all his little toys.
What you reading?
I got this at the library. It's hysterical.
Lessons from Lucy.
Dave Barry. He is so funny.
What was the book that you just finished and you recommended for me? I was trying to think of the name.
Lake Success.
Lake Success.
Yeah, I hope you read that.
Who's the author?
I can't pronounce his name. Gary Stengard, I think.
Stengard?
That's how you say it. Stengard.
Lake Lucy.
No, this is Lucy.
Lake
Success.
Lake Success. All right. Yeah, I was trying to think of it in the car on Thursday. What?
I haven't read anything all week. This is the first time I picked up a book, but I started this one last Saturday, remember? And it's really good so far.
The Storied Life
I've
of
only read
A.J.
15
Thickery.
pages, but yeah, I recommend this.
Tybee was
I think you would like this one.
looking for a book, Tybee?
This makes me laugh out loud.
Lessons from Lucy. It's funny. Who's the author? Dave Barry?
Dave Barry.
Tabby wants to read. Look at me.
Whatever.
He was biting your book.
Oh,
And now he likes to go in my bag when I come over and snoop.
He's got a new naughty trick that I'm not going to tell you what it is.
Oh no.
Because I don't want to reinforce it.
What?
He just developed it this morning. And it was like, I can't believe he's doing this. Well, maybe he'll forget that he can do it. But he jumps up on the table.
Oh no. He's not allowed to do that. That's not hygienic.
Well, I was at the computer and I heard this clicking sound like his nails on. And I thought, where is he walking on the floor? And I looked and he was up on the table. Scampering around.
He has no shame. Now he's just making a mess. Tabby.
Kids, when they have a friend come over and they take out all their toys.
Yep, that's exactly. Look what he's done. He's taken all of his toys out.
Tabby Bo.
You're too much.
They do.
Tap dancing on the table. I bet that was a sight.
Well, I couldn't believe that. I turned around and there he was on the table. I couldn't his business.
He walks all over. He's so cute. It's hard to say no.
It's kind of dreary
So-
in here because it's so overcast today.
Yeah. Yeah, it looks like it's gonna. Did we get rain last night? It sounded kind of like we did.
Yeah, it's wet outside.
Yeah.
So it must have rained
Steamy.
at some point.
Dewey. I like your slippers. Are those,
These are bionic.
oh.
I wish that I had picked a little more jazzy pattern because
They're cute.
these look like hospital shoes, but they're super supportive and
Yeah, the
comfortable.
Bionics are really.
Yeah.
Is it Bionic? B-I-O-N? Yeah.
Vionic.
You got those at
Fashion footwear. Famous footwear.
Famous Footwear?
Yeah, because I got new shoes for the gym too.
Ooh, they are comfy. Don't mind if I
you
do.
have those.
Yeah, they're really
it may be
comfortable.
time for you to get a new pair.
They have good support, arch support.
At least we don't
Tabby.
have to buy this one shoes.
Well, you know, in the summertime, he can't really go on the sidewalk. Maybe
Yeah.
do they make shoes for dogs for the sidewalk? I think
they do.
they do, but good luck getting those on him.
I wipe his paws when he comes in because, he picks up all kinds of little
Flotsam and
things on his-
jetsam.
Yeah.
Oh no, he wants to do the ball game.
Tabby Bo.
Well, anyways, guys, I'm getting the blinky light on my phone, which means I'm almost out of memory card space, which means I've been blabbing at you for a long time. So I'm going to conclude the vlog here. I hope you all enjoyed it, and I hope the skincare information was useful and not too confusing. But if you liked it, give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and as always, don't forget, sunscreen and subscribe. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Bye.